Hey, how's it hanging, beautiful people? You already know who it is, Dr. Mike, back again, once again, with another classic video for you guys today. I hope you guys are sincerely enjoying the videos that I'm talking about here in Davao City. You know, I sincerely hope that everybody is having a blessed day. If this is your first time to the channel, welcome to the Dr. Mike TV channel. By all means, make sure you hit that subscribe button, make sure you like the video, and definitely make sure you check out all of the things that I have in the description area below. I got the secondary channel there. I have all of my ebooks, all 4 ebooks that I have written. All of the links are in the description area below. If you guys are looking to support the channel, anything like that, you guys look in the description area below when you can see how you guys can do so if you so wish to. But as I sit here and relax, chill in my nice little spot here that I got while I'm in Davao City, you know, a lot of things are creeping into my mind right now as I'm getting older. You know, I'm not old yet, but as I reach an age of maturity, when I'm thinking about settling down, when I'm thinking about where I want my life to go in the near future, I often get questions about what it's like to retire here in the Philippines. And more specifically, I want to talk about retirement here in Davao City for any of you guys that are looking to retire here in the area. Now, in my opinion, what I'm going to do is, I mean, I know it's not fair to do this, but for the respect for the video and giving it the respect it deserves, I feel like I will use Cebu City or Cebu in general and Manila and compare it to what it would be like to retire here in Davao City in relation to those particular areas. Now, if you're looking to, how can I say this? If you're looking to retire in a more provincial area, then of course things will be a little bit different. You know, I like to use Davao City specifically because it does have many of the same amenities that you can find in Cebu and also the same area as it does in Manila, okay? Now, for me personally, I feel like Davao City would be a great place for someone to retire simply because there is a more slow-paced lifestyle that many of us live here in Davao. Now, again, I have lived in Manila. You guys have seen the videos. I lived in Davao for a specifically long period of time. You guys know that. And also in Cebu, I spent a little bit of time there as well. And you know, I notice different things every time I go to different areas. And what I've noticed most about here in Davao in relation to individuals looking to retire here, it's a very slow-paced lifestyle here. I mean, in Manila, hustle and bustle, heavy traffic. We have traffic here as well, but in Manila, it's really rough, okay? I feel like Manila is a lot rougher than, you know, Davao is in relation to traffic and how people are always on the move and, you know, fast-paced this, that, and the other. And also with, in reference to Cebu as well. Cebu is a very fast-paced lifestyle area as well. But here in Davao, for some reason, things seem to be rather slow, okay? It's a really laid-back atmosphere, and for those in their age of maturity is the best way to put it, I feel like Davao City would be the place for you. It's very calm, it's very chill. But what I will say is this, and I will be honest because I do not feel like I will be giving you guys the justice you deserve if I am not honest. I will break this down the best way I know how. There is not a lot to do in Davao City, not a lot, but there is enough to do in Davao City. I'll say it one more time. There may not be a lot to do here, but there's definitely enough to do here. It is very easy to settle into a routine here. It's very easy to settle into a life here. And it's very easy to, you know, get accustomed to the area because it's not really it's not hard at all to adjust to a Davao City at all. It is very easy to adjust to a life here in Davao City. What I've always told individuals is if you're looking to retire, find a place that suits you, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you're stuck there, all right? So basically, for what I would say is, you know, if you like Davao, the slow pace and everything like that, if, you know, a mild-mannered, you know, atmosphere, you know, you got a beach about 10 minutes away, you know, you can always go to a mall, you can always check out a movie, you can always do things and activities that you enjoy. You're not necessarily stuck here. So if you're looking to settle here, settle down, chill, relax. you know, and do what I would always do. You know, if you're looking to go places, you know, travel the Philippines. You settle in Davao, you know, then you can go to Manila if you want to. You can go to Cebu if you want to. You can go to Palawan. You can go to Boracay. You can go to any other place that you want to, but you just have your, you know, your established lifestyle or your established place here in Davao City. You know, that's what I like. I mean, you're not stuck in a place once you retire in a place. That is very, very true in my opinion. You can also go to Vietnam, Cambodia. You can go international flights. You can stay local. That doesn't like basically what I'm saying is if you're retired here, it doesn't mean that you're actually stuck here. You're not in a little box where, okay, I'm stuck here. This is where I'm going to live for life. I can't do nothing else. Okay. Because I do believe that is blasphemous by nature. I always want you to be able to explore different parts of the world, you know. And a lot of guys will tell you when it comes to retirement in the Philippines in general, I do believe and I do like when guys say, you know, you shouldn't really settle down in a place too long unless it's the place for you. All right. You know, if you feel like you want to be a nomadic, if you want to live that nomadic lifestyle in retirement days where you have a little bit of money set aside where you can go around to different places and, you know, find, you know, a nice little, not even an Airbnb, but like a little apartment that you can rent for a couple of months at a time, you know, do that. You can do that until you find the place that works for you. But specifically here in Davao City, I can honestly say that there are very, very cheap places to live in Davao City. You're very cheap to find a nice little apartment. Apartments can range anywhere from, it depends on your lifestyle now. If you're really, really low maintenance, you can get you a nice little studio size apartment. You know, I would say apartment, but you can also get like a bed space or something like that if you're really, really trying to go super on the budget. But, you know, I wouldn't recommend that one if you're in the retirement days. You know, you can settle into a nice little single bed, you know, 1-bedroom apartment or a studio apartment and, you know, relatively be okay. And that'll cost you anywhere around maybe a good one with the air conditioning and everything, the appliances that you need, anywhere between 10 and 15,000. I think that's a relatively good range, about $300 a month. You know, that's pretty much around the low end. Again, it can go lower depending on where you stay at. You know, right now, the area in which I'm in, we're near a mall, right? So, of course, the rent will probably be higher in an area like this one as opposed to one that's probably just a few clicks outside of the city. You know, maybe you can get one a little bit cheaper, maybe even 5 to like 9,000. Same type of setup, but because you're in a different area, it doesn't cost you as much. But you know, the travel to the city may only be like 10 to 15 minutes, maybe 20, maybe 30 minutes or so, depending on the travel. But again, it does depend on you. If you want to live near something, you want to live near the city, that's what you want, you know, that's the price you can expect. But if you're looking to, if you're not, what I should say is if you're okay with doing a little bit of traveling every day to get to the city part, you know, you can find you a cheaper area outside of the city. Alright, so with Davao, I do believe that it is very, very cheap to live in Davao City. I mean, of course, it could get expensive if, you know, your lifestyle is a little bit different than everybody else's. But I do believe that overall, Davao City does provide a cheap place to live. And it's definitely a slow-paced atmosphere for those looking to retire and just, you know, fall into a nice little routine. Davao City, again, like I said before, it has plenty to offer. It has enough, but it may not have a lot. It may not have everything that Cebu has. It may not have everything that Manila has. But, you know, if you're looking to get into a place where you can adjust very quickly, that would be the best way for me to say it. I think Davao is definitely the place for you to retire. Like I said, we had a house here. You know, my father built that house just outside the city. Traveling time was about 30, 45 minutes. Got a pretty good deal on a house and lot back in the day, whenever it was. I mean, of course, things have changed. The area around it has built up just a little bit. They did build a Gazana Mall out there near where I used to live at. It doesn't necessarily change the price tag of the places around there too much, but you know, I can say honestly that Davao is progressing. It may not be progressing as fast as Manila. It may not be progressing as fast as Cebu, but there is always something that I've always thought to be true in my mind and in my heart of hearts. I always felt like Manila is going to always boom into something else. Cebu will be the next Manila. Davao will be the next Cebu. And if you are familiar with Tagum City here in Davao City, Tagum will become the next Davao City. So, you know, you can see the potential, you can see the growth, you can see the expansion that's going on around here, but I do not believe that it's going to expand to the point in which it will not be livable. and it will not be livable for somebody such as yourself and me to retire later on in the years. Like I said, I have a long time before I can retire, like officially in the maturity age years. I could retire early if, you know, everything works out the way that I wanted to, but, you know, if I'm looking down the line, probably 10 to 15 years, 20 years, I want to know that Davao City is going to always be the city that I fell in love with. I'm always good about progression and always good about change. You guys should be up for it as well. But ultimately, I do not believe that it will change to the point where it will, you know, the atmosphere and the pace of everything that I just previously mentioned will actually change. All right. But if we want to talk about retirement here in the Philippines in general, we've already said before, the one thing that you're going to have to get used to, and that's in any area that you live in, is the possibility of inconsistent internet. Okay, if you're a person that likes to be online and, you know, connected and you know, be able to talk to family and friends back and forth over the internet without having to make phone calls that cost a lot, you're gonna have to deal with in, you know, sometimes inconvenient instances where the internet may not work. So, you know, in your retirement days, you're gonna have to realize that there are gonna be some sacrifices. You may not have the American amenities or the American lifestyle or the American foods that you've always loved, you know, before. You're not gonna always have that here, especially here in Davao. You know, you're gonna have to sacrifice some things. If you're not willing to give up certain foods and things like that, then maybe retirement here in the Philippines may not be for you. Whenever it comes to retirement in any foreign country, there are definitely going to be some sacrifices. And again, like I said, internet is definitely something that you're going to have to deal with. Also, you may not have, you know, sometimes the people. It's not necessarily the people in general, but let's say that you're looking to accomplish something, you're looking to get things done. Sometimes it can be very, very difficult to get things done when you're trying to have communications with Filipino people, depending on what you're doing. If you're going to the VA, that's different. But if you're going to like the mall, or you're going to a place where you need to immigration, things like that, sometimes the pace may be a little bit slower, and that's anywhere in the Philippines that I'm talking about. And it may not go as fast as you want it to. It may not be as consistent. It may not be as frequent as you want it to be. So you're going to have to learn to be a little bit patient here in the Philippines. Even in retirement, you're going to have to learn to be patient, because that is something that I had to learn the hard way. Not even the hard way, but you know, sometimes they're very, very slow at things. So if you're a very impatient person, sometimes the Philippines may not be the place for you if you choose to retire here. Again, I think your money goes a long way in the Philippines if you know how to spend it, if you know how to budget it. Again, a lot of people, let me go ahead and address this real quick. A lot of people were shitting on my video, the video that I did about how much you should use how much it will cost you, or damn it, I don't even remember the title name, but to live comfortably in the Philippines. I listed an amount of money that I said would be a good solid number to have coming in every month in order to, you know, make yourself, you know, to live a comfortable lifestyle here in the Philippines. That number was specifically $2,500 to about $3,000 US, which is roughly about 150,000 pesos. People were talking all kinds of shit like, Mike, what the fuck you talk about, Mike? You don't know nothing, man. I could live off of 1,000. I could live off of 500. I could live off of 400. I could live off of this, that, and the other. You guys make me laugh, okay? And I respect your opinion on that, but what I was saying, in case it went above your head, is it's for comfortability. Again, if you are a type of person that needs the American amenities, this, you know, this type of budget will work for you. But also, I'm saying, you know, this includes an emergency fund. Maybe I didn't say it in the video, but I think it's well worth mentioning so that you guys can have a full understanding of what I mean by this. It includes an emergency fund just in case things go wrong. It includes money for tickets, just in case, you know, you gotta fly back home. It includes money so that you can travel, you can do things. I don't want you to just come to the Philippines and just sit still and, you know, wait to die or something like that. That's not what retirement is. It's a time for you to enjoy your life. So I feel like that's the kind of money that would be helpful towards enjoying your life. A lot of people were saying, yeah, I could live off of 30,000 pesos. I could live off the same amount Filipinos do. And that's very true. I'm not saying that you can't. I know my number. My number is way below that because I've adjusted to a lifestyle here. I said that specifically. A lot of people can live off of less, including me. I know my number, but I'm saying though, for somebody who needs these amenities and whatnot, I feel like 2,500 to 3,000 will cover them just in case they want to go balls to the wall and have the time of their life. Again, it takes over emergency funds. You never know when you got to go to the hospital. You never know when you got to fly back home. And you never know when you want to just get up and take a trip and say, you know what, how about we go to Cambodia for a couple of weeks? How about we go to Vietnam? How about we go here and there for a couple of months? That's the kind of money that you need so that you can take trips and enjoy yourself. I don't want you to just come to the Philippines, live in a place and just sit still. That's not what retirement is for me, and I don't think that that is what it should be for you. I want you to enjoy retirement, because I know that I want to enjoy retirement. I don't just want to sit still and wait to actually die and perish away. So for those of you who had a conniption fit, even that dude that tried to send me a death threat, you're funny, okay? I don't know if it was sincere or not, but I thought it was absolutely hilarious. But I'm just saying, though, in general, guys, you have to look at retirement from multiple perspectives, especially if you're looking to travel abroad. I apologize if this video is a little bit longer, but I'm trying to give you as much thoughts as I can so that I can, put this in one video, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to get a lot of questions about this, especially when it comes to DAVAO and the Philippines, okay? But yeah, like I was saying, you have to really put a lot of thought into it when it comes to choosing to retire abroad, because you have to weigh the pros and cons, the advantages and disadvantages. But for me, if you guys were going to choose DAVAO City as your place to retire, for you and for you only, I would definitely like to mention that DAVAO City is definitely a safe place, in my opinion. Never had any issues. It's a very clean place. I don't want to shit on people because everybody got on me about another video that I did. You guys know what video that is. But if you are not familiar, that was the one about the thing that may complicate the image here in the Philippines. You guys can check that video out too. That's a good one. Got everybody in their feelings. But like I was saying, it's very clean here in DAVAO City. They take care of the city. It's quite the opposite in other areas from what I've experienced. Don't take it to heart. I'm gonna leave it at that. But yes, they do take care of the city very well here. I mean, every morning I would get up, like when I was traveling downtown to come here about 5 or 6 a.m. There were people on the street. I call them street sweepers or street cleaners, or they work for the CENRO office, which is the City Environmental Resource Office. They're employed by the government to, clean up the streets, and that's what they do every single morning. So, you see these people out every morning taking care of business and whatnot. So DAVAO City in general, for the most part, is very, very clean. I'm not going to say they're not dirty areas, but for the most part, when you see the streets, every time somebody has ever talked to me, they were like, I am so surprised at how clean DAVAO is. Yes, DAVAO is a very, very clean place. Very, very clean, in my opinion. So I do believe that does have a tick mark in the positive column for why you guys should definitely choose DAVAO as your place to retire if you want to. But if you're not looking for a place to retire, I would definitely say that DAVAO should be your entry point into the Philippines. Although you cannot fly directly into DAVAO City, of course you fly directly to Cebu, you can fly directly to other areas, but I have not heard of any direct flight here directly to DAVAO from any place. But I do believe that if you're looking to find a way to adjust to the Philippines in a way in which, it's very soothing, and it's something you can ease into, I believe DAVAO City is the place to be. Alright, with that being said, Dr. Mike is officially out. I sincerely hope you enjoyed this video. Please drop a like on this particular video. Please drop a subscription if you have not already subscribed. Please check out the ebooks. Please check out everything in the description area below so that you can familiarize yourself with the good doctor. And with that being said, Dr. Mike is officially out. Aalis na ko, paalam, which means I am going now. Bye-bye as always. Love you guys. Mahal kita. Mabuhay. Peace.